Our top story this hour. West Virginia Republicans will have to choose between two familiar faces when they vote in primary elections this week. The state once had 3 congressional districts, but lost a seat following the 2020 census. Now, 2 sitting members of the House are pitted against each other for a shot at one of the remaining seats. Alex Mooney and David McKinley are both Republicans vying for the state's 2nd congressional seat. And the issue that most divides them is McKinley's support of President Biden's $1 trillion infrastructure bill. Scott MacFarlane has the story.
Towering above the Monongahela River in Star City, West Virginia, stands a 27-foot memorial honoring President John F. Kennedy, with a bronze statue of the 35th president and a young saluting JFK Jr. But much of this state is also a monument to him.
I come here to this state on this occasion asking for your support.
Kennedy canvassed the Mountain State in his 1960 presidential primary race, seeking and winning a pivotal victory here. And immediately after taking office, Kennedy lined West Virginia with a fresh bounty of bridges, bypasses, and buildings.
This goes back to John F. Kennedy and through Lyndon Johnson and Robert C. Byrd of bringing federal dollars to West Virginia.
Tuesday is the state's primary election for the midterms, and in one race, it's become clear it's not 1960 anymore. 2 incumbent Republicans running for nomination for the same redrawn U.S. House seat. One of them is 12-year Congressman David McKinley, an engineer and architect who was one of about a dozen Republicans who voted in favor of Congress's $1 trillion infrastructure plan to provide a new round of public roads, utilities, and broadband.
Oh, my goodness. We have probably 40%, between 30 and 40% of people in West Virginia get their water from wells. We don't have a distribution system. We have septic tanks all over. We have abandoned mine lands.
His opponent, Republican Congressman Alex Mooney, who voted against the infrastructure bill, saying the price tag was much higher than it needed to be.
They want to see us fight for the conservative agenda.
Roads and bridges aren't conservative?
Well, wasting taxpayer dollars and indebting our country is not conservative.
Former President Donald Trump opposed the infrastructure plan and endorsed Alex Mooney.
And he's got an opponent, but I think Mooney's going to do real well.
Giving Mooney a potential leg up in a state where Trump's popularity might rival another towering figure. West Virginia political analyst Hoppy Kercheval says bringing home federal tax dollars was typically a political winner.
This has all been important, and that's how politicians have run for many, many years, cutting ribbons.
And traditionally, an endorsement from the state's governor, Jim Justice, would move the needle. And Justice endorsed McKinley.
You and Donald Trump picked different horses in this race. What do you make of that?
We can't possibly see things eye to eye all the time.
The infrastructure bill provided this state with billions of dollars for upgrades. But the question is, will a vote in favor of that bill cost the state's longest-serving member of the U.S. House his job? For CBS Saturday Morning, Scott MacFarlane, Morgantown, West Virginia.